Iran's top security official vowed Saturday to block all oil shipments through the Strait of Hormuz and the wider Persian Gulf if any neighboring country joins the Trump administration's escalating economic pressure campaign, a direct threat to a waterway that carries roughly a fifth of the world's oil. This is no spins, just news for August 23rd. In a televised speech, Mohsen Rezaei, Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, said, quote, "If the countries surrounding Iran join the Americans in the economic war, not a drop of oil will leave the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz," end quote, and said Iran would also target other export routes out of the Gulf. Rezaei said Tehran will, in his words, neutralize the economic war, and warned that any neighboring country joining Washington's pressure campaign would be treated as hostile. The threat follows President Trump's announcement on Truth Social, writing, quote, "I am announcing the most crushing economic operation ever taken against any country," end quote, and calling it an economic D-Day, urging allies to help isolate what he called the Iran threat. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is scheduled to detail the specific new sanctions at a Monday news conference. Iran's Foreign Minister, Araghchi, dismissed the threat in a social media post, writing that Trump's so-called economic D-Day is a diversion from America's own economic troubles, and pointing to two earlier rounds of sanctions he said had already failed to change Iran's behavior. The U.S. Department of Energy says oil traffic through the strait has still averaged 8 to 9 million barrels a day in recent weeks, with some tankers attempting so-called dark transits to avoid detection. In a rapid update, the Wall Street Journal reports Army Secretary Driscoll is expected to step down by the end of the year after months of tension with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who fired Driscoll's ally, Army Chief of Staff General Randy George, back in April. The Army has been without a Senate-confirmed Chief of Staff since then, and Driscoll's office and the Pentagon both declined to comment on the report. In a second rapid update, the CDC says a Salmonella outbreak linked to jalapeno peppers grown in Sinaloa, Mexico, has grown to 431 confirmed cases across 32 states, including 57 hospitalizations and no deaths. Chipotle and Qdoba both received peppers from the implicated distributor and have since stopped using them. Federal investigators say most patients reported eating at Mexican-style restaurants before falling ill, and the outbreak's grower has still not been publicly named. For live weather and breaking updates, follow No Spins Live at No Spins Live. Direct source links are in the description. If this report helped, smash the like button, share this video, and subscribe.